Hey guys, before this video starts, I just want to let you know that this video is for St. Jude's Children's Research Hospital, and if you donate before October 31st, you can help some kids get the treatment that they deserve. There's a link in the description, it's super easy. Thank you for listening and enjoy the video. Okay, I am trying to figure out how to explain all of this. For those who don't know, newest FNAF book, Friendly Face, has been wild. I was kind of figuring, the end of the series should all wrap up soon, but now there's been more books announced in the FNAF kind of universe. Tales from the Pizzaplex, which are going to be about security breach, and I'm still stuck on Friendly Face. This book was wild. It came out like a month or two already. The just pure amount of stuff that happens in the epilogue alone was crazy. So I'm going to do my best to kind of wrap my head around it here, and hopefully you guys can help me to just figure out everything about this, because it's weird. The Stitchwraith Story has gone bonkers. It's amazing. I love it. So, to recap a little bit really quickly, in the last epilogue, Larson had found the ball pit, the one from Into the Pit, and he found that there was a bunch of blood in it. Most of this blood seemed to be from different times, but all from the same person. And what Larson realized when going through this is that the blood in the ball pit came from the exact days that mysterious incidents occurred all around the area. And this would usually involve a missing teenager, which you'll see soon is weird because also adults have been involved in this series a lot. It hasn't always been teenagers who are the main characters in this series, whatever. We'll see. That during most of these incidents, the parents of these kids found a mysterious woman-shaped figure nearby not long before the actual disappearance. So, interesting stuff. So he looks at some pictures that are involved in the case involving some of these teens, and what Larson realizes is this woman is Eleanor. Eleanor is the one who has been at all of these incidents for some reason or another. This is also involved with a mysterious man named Dr. Talbert, who we know nothing about so far. Originally I thought it was Phineas Taggart, but that's a different guy. And Mr. Taggart was investigating this whole case, the link between Eleanor and the rest here. He was involved in a lot of these cases. And he was also studying a mysterious substance called, wait for it, Remnant. You guys know what that is. If you've been keeping track of the lore of this series for any number of time within the past 3-4 years, you know what Remnant is. It's what gives these objects possession. But Larson can't get much information on Remnant itself, and so he decides to go look for the Stitchwraith because that seems to be the key to everything. Meanwhile, Jake, as the Stitchwraith, is trying to get Renelle, who we know is Eleanor, to go home and see her father, who she's been talking about. Things were a bit rough between them, but she wants to go home and she wants to see him again for some reason. Probably a sinister one. But first, this video is sponsored by the Elementia Studios Patreon. On there, for only $1, you can support me and also get all sorts of cool content like early videos, bonus content, exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff, basically whatever I throw onto there. And once my internet actually upgrades, which is apparently going to be happening this month, exclusive live streams, which I'm really looking forward to, so TikTok any day now. Also, I'm setting up exclusive merch for you to earn, potential giveaways that are only for Patreon members, lots of really cool stuff that I'm setting up right now, but this is a really new thing, so if you feel like supporting the channel for only $1 a month, check it out. The link will be in the description. So they find this guy's house, and they go inside. And inside his house, there are little pictures they see on the wall. The one has Phineas, which means he does play into this somehow, and Mr. Talbert. Talbert? Renelle's father. And the second picture is Renelle herself with her father, only in this one, she has black hair instead of red hair. A little bit strange, a little bit odd. It's almost like she can change her appearance or something, but that would be crazy. At this point, Larson arrives, and oh boy, it's a big reunion for all our friends. Larson sees the Stitchwraith and Renelle here. He panics. He sees her change her appearance to be more like the girl in the picture. Cool. And then Larson starts having a sort of vision. Larson suddenly, as a kind of Deus Ex vision, I guess, sees Eleanor for who she really is. He sees that she's evil, and he decides he needs to shoot her. He needs to get rid of this thing because he knows she's a bad person. And he tries to shoot her, only to be knocked unconscious, and this is where it starts to get really weird. So, at this point, it is revealed that Eleanor is kind of connected to most stories in Fazbear Frights. We see her standing over a table working on the plush trap chaser, putting in its eyes and teeth. who we still don't know where they came from, but interesting. We see her in Delilah's house, and she's the actual one making all the noises and stuff, not Ella. We see her at the end of Step Closer holding Pete down so he can't escape while the doctors take his eyes and stuff out. We see her in Hide and Seek, coming face to face with Toby, smiling while he's impaled on the wooden pegs. We see him on railroad tracks with Blackbird, where Eleanor is spinning Sam around and running off to let him die, as Larson hears a train coming down the tracks. This is interesting. Larson sees this happening, and this time he kind of gathers up he stops being shocked long enough to help this kid, who we know is Sam from Blackbird. He pushes him off the tracks to keep him from getting hit by the train, which is interesting. So it seems like Larson can actually impact these past events somehow. Now this all happens in just a few seconds, and Larson is still unconscious when Dr. Talbert comes into the room. He sees Eleanor, only he sees her as the girl that she's disguising herself as, who I'm assuming isn't her. It's someone that she's just kind of pretending to be to get to this man somehow. And Jake kind of realizes that the big Afton robot thing, the miscreation, the big junk pile of robot parts, was Eleanor all along. Afton was too weak to do anything. This is Eleanor, and she was the one powering the thing. And now she's kind of the big evil that they've been trying to capture this whole time. Now Jake tries to hurt Eleanor, only Eleanor seems to use an illusion to make it look like Jake is stabbing her, which will make sense in a second. And so Dr. Taggart sees this robot thing stabbing his daughter. Of course, he tries to shoot Jake because he just seems to have a gun on him. I guess he's American or something. Wouldn't know. I'm Canadian. In case you didn't know, I'm Canadian. I'm a little bit Canadian. And Dr. Talbert decides he needs to heal Rennell, and he does so with Remnant, which apparently he's still studying to this day because he's a mad scientist or something, just like Phineas Taggart was. And Jake realizes this is what she wanted. She wanted Remnant because it's going to make her more powerful. We still don't really know how Remnant works, but apparently it's going to make her more powerful somehow, and as she's injected with it, she begins to change to her true form. And that's where the epilogue ends. So as you can see, there is so much going on here. It seems like maybe we're going to learn more about how Remnant works now. I mean, we thought we knew. We thought we had a pretty good idea about how Remnant works, but we did not, and we do not. Remnant is as confusing as ever. Apparently it makes you more powerful. It can potentially make you live forever, which is hinted about in the story. Eleanor, who knows where she came from? It seems like she's just some sort of evil robot. We don't really know her backstory yet. Maybe we'll find it out in the next book. Who knows? Or the next epilogue even, which is the final epilogue. It seems weird because in just one more epilogue, I don't know how they're going to wrap up this story. It seems like they don't have enough time to do so. Maybe they'll be able to do it and it'll work out fine, but it just seems like they don't have much time to really wrap up the story. Or maybe it'll continue in Security Breach, or maybe it'll continue in Tales from the Pizzaplex. Speaking of Tales from the Pizzaplex, is that even going to be canon? Is it going to be canon to the games? Is it going to be canon to this series? Is this canon to the games? Pretty sure Scott said it wasn't, but it seems like it's trying to tell us something. Who's Dr. Talbert? Why is he studying Remnant in the first place? How did he know Phineas? The questions just keep ramping up, and the answers are still pretty few and far between, and unless the next epilogue is basically as long as the story itself, I don't know how we're going to get the answer to many of these questions. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be hard to really find the answers we need. There is one more book, Prankster, and the graphic novels, which there's been a theory going around that those might continue the Stitchwraith story, but if you have to read these and then read the graphic novels to get the whole story, that seems like not a good idea. And also, it's just supposed to be a retelling of these stories. They're not gonna, we don't even know if they'll do the epilogues at all. So, this is probably gonna be where this part of the story ends, and maybe it'll continue in a game or something. Who knows? We'll have to see. Wouldn't it be interesting if it was connected to the fanverse, the Fazbear fanverse? Wouldn't that be interesting? Just an idea that popped into my head randomly. I really hope we get to find out who Eleanor is, because so far we still really don't know. She's not Dr. Talbert's daughter by the looks of it, though she's pretending to be. And it seems like Dr. Talbert is going to find out that she's not his daughter very soon. So that's going to be a bit awkward. And Larson isn't dead yet somehow. Jake isn't dead yet somehow. There's so many loose ends. I really hope that they're tied up nicely in the end, because I really have been enjoying these Stitchwraith stories and the series in general. But I guess we'll have to see. One more round, folks. And I mean, the book, the final book, Prankster, is coming out. Let me check, actually. Final book is coming out on November 2nd, so it's literally going to be like 2 weeks, and we get the final book. And then, of course, the bonus Felix the Shark book, which is also gonna be interesting, although since I'm not buying the box set, I'll probably only be able to buy it in January, so that's gonna be cool. I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for submitting your own ideas and theories. It's interesting to hear what you guys think, and I will see you soon.